Angelo Warner, a true freshman on the Morehead State men's basketball team, joining us now on MSUEagles.com. And Angelo, before we get into the season a little bit, practices, games, what you guys have been up to lately, let's first rewind and talk about how you got to Morehead State. You're originally from Orlando, Florida. I believe it was Jones High School.
Yeah.
I know you were highly sought after as both a college football player and a college basketball player. Just tell the fans about the recruiting process and what finally got you to Morehead State as a Division I basketball player.
Well, the recruiting process is very hard. I mean, I was a top quarterback in the state of Florida, and coming down to my recruiting process, it was very hard. I mean, I had colleges in basketball and football that was very highly ranked. I had basketball schools like one of the top schools I had was Penn State and Georgia Southern, Murray State. That's just to name a few. In football, I had FIU and Georgia Southern as well, and Murray State. So in Murray State, they wanted me to play football and basketball.
Okay.
And it was a very difficult thing to choose over, but I just stuck with the thing I love most, which is basketball.
You told me a while back you went to a couple Morehead State basketball games last year when you were still a senior in high school, and then obviously the tremendous NCAA tournament win that the Eagles had with Kenneth Fareed and company. Just talk about kind of how that maybe persuaded you. I'm sure as you were narrowing your list, you had a lot of family and friends saying, hey, Morehead State's looking pretty good, and they're really having a great season, ended up with the school record 25 wins. Just talk about kind of that mindset and the exposure that Morehead State basketball got late last year.
Well, actually, I didn't really know anything about Morehead State. I mean, I never heard anything about it because it's mid-major and everything like that. But my choice, I was going to stick with Penn State, and I was going to commit and sign everything. But I went to when they played Florida, when they came down to Florida, and the atmosphere, it was crazy how they played Florida. I mean, knowing that they're not hitting shots and knowing that they're a good shooting team, because I was looking at some things and they was a good shooting team, and I mean, they stuck with Florida. I think they held them to like 5 points, and they lost by 5. And when they went to the NCAA tournament, I think I was actually at track practice, and my coaches, they were just telling me that they was in the game with Louisville, and I was like, Louisville? I mean, that's kind of top-ranked school, and they're pretty good.
Right.
And I just
went with your gut feeling, and here you are.
Yeah, it was a good feeling, and I just wanted to be a part of that. And
that's great.
Just talking to Coach Tyndall, and he just stuck by me, and Coach O'Connor. I mean, he's an unbelievable coach, and he was somewhat of a father figure to me as well. I mean, he stuck by me from when I was down and when I was high as well. And Coach Tyndall, he just kept it real with me from 100%, and Coach O'Connor stuck with me 100%. And I never had anybody stick with me like that besides my parents.
Gotcha.
and my high school coaches. And I just bought in with everything they said, and I just stuck with it. I mean, I talked to my dad and my family and my high school coaches, and I just stuck with it. My dad, he even stuck with it as well. I mean, he liked them from the beginning. He talked to Coach Tyndall and Coach O'Connor. I mean, he talked to Coach O'Connor. I mean, they was talking roughly every day. And, it just went on from there, and here I am today, just trying to be successful.
That's great. Tell me some of the differences between high school and Division I. There are a lot that are obvious to anybody who follows basketball, and then there's some things that maybe the fans don't know about the ins and outs of practices and going to class and, basketball being a full-time job and having expectations off the floor with academics and community service and leadership and stuff like that. Just talk about the biggest differences that you've noticed here as a true freshman at Morehead State.
The biggest difference to me is just time management. I mean, in high school, you have practice after school, and that's not something you have to worry about as much as college. I mean, sometimes we'll have practice in the mornings or between classes or after. I mean, it's a big thing to change over to, but it's from Division I and the difference between Division I and high school. I mean, the atmosphere of playing basketball. I mean, it's such a huge difference. I mean, from strength to details and everything it's just a big difference from high school. And coming into Morehead State, you don't think that schools such as EKU in South Dakota, which we lost a game to. I mean, you wouldn't think losing a game to them coming to mid-major, you'd think losing the games at South Dakota. I mean, but that's obviously a good team, and you really have to be detailed and structured into what you're doing and just go hard at it. I mean, you can't have any days off, because if you have any days off, you're gonna get passed by. And I'm finally starting to realize that you have to take advantage of everything you do in the college level.
We're here on the first week of second semester for you as an academic student. The past 4 weeks have been nothing but basketball for you guys. I think two days off total. Just talk about, Coach Tyndall has said on multiple occasions, this is the time of year where the team really hits its stride and improves, and the newcomers, you're one of 9 this year, really show individual improvement, which helps the team. Just talk about what you guys have been through the last 4 weeks with NonStop Hoops and practicing and watching film and traveling and playing games and that kind of thing.
Well, the basketball standpoint, we've been at it 24/7. I mean, it's nonstop basketball.
Right.
We don't. What Coach tells us is we want to think about nothing else, no outside problems, nothing that's distractions. Basically, just think about basketball and getting better individually and team oriented. I mean, it's just nonstop basketball, and it's brought our team much stronger. I mean, you can tell it's really coming, and players starting to buy in, and players starting to step up with knowing that T Hill's out or any other things that's going on around the team. Players starting to step up, and it's starting to turn good for us. Really starting to turn good for us.
This past Saturday, you kind of had a breakout game against Eastern Kentucky. Probably your best effort against a Division I school, at least this year. A 57-54 win over Morehead State's rival here at Johnson Arena. 11 points, 8 rebounds. Just talk about your play in that game. Coach Tyndall was impressed with your stat line and how you played overall. You handling the ball quite a bit, no turnovers, I believe, in 32 minutes of action. Let's talk about how you felt and your role, especially down the stretch. You hit some big shots and made some free throws too.
Well, me and Coach Tyndall, we talked the night before, and just telling me before every game, every away game, every game actually, he just tells me I have to be aggressive, and I just kind of believed in him. Being aggressive, that's what I do. I'm an aggressive person, and it's like watching film and everything. We turn the ball over quite a lot. So we just try to take care of the ball as much as possible. And coming in like the last minutes of the game, I just wanted to be the person that takes over the game, and I just kind of flowed into it, and everything came within me, and I don't know. I just kept driving, and it just turned out good.
That's great. We're here with Angelo Warner, a freshman on the Morehead State men's basketball team. And Angelo, I can't let you go without asking you about the big game that's ahead of us. Murray State, the first ranked team in the Ohio Valley Conference since the late 1990s. You were probably in elementary school back then, a long time ago. But the Racers have had a great season, 18-0, 6-0 in the league. I know that we're excited about having a big crowd tomorrow at Johnson Arena. Just talk about kind of the emphasis put on this game, the exposure, the attention, and hopefully pulling off that big upset.
Well, we'll be going at it 2 days. I mean, we're going at it hard. I mean, we're not relaxing. I mean, I'm sure they're not relaxing. We're just going to give everything we got. We practice hard. We're talking about it hard. We watch film nonstop. I mean, we know knowing their players inside and out, knowing their weaknesses and their strengths. And I think our players, the team is very excited, and the coach is very excited as well. And we just coming in with the mindset ready to win, and I know that's a very good team, and we just got to play very detailed. I mean, we can't play really loose. I mean, of course we're going to get loose at times, but we just got to be our most detailed game and most structured game, and we just got to come ready to really pop, and just give them everything we got.
That's Angelo Warner from the Morehead State men's basketball team. Angelo, thanks for your time. We'll check in with you again later in the season.